Hello, welcome back to another First Impressions video brought to you by MMO Play. Today we're taking a look at Chrono Tales. It's another free-to-play MMO. You can see it's going to be, I guess, fairy-ish. It's a lot more cartoony than, say, even your Warcrafts are not quite, don't have this much of a stylized art style. It does have WASD movement and it's third person, so it's not isometric. Your camera can rotate by right-click and holding. It does have an auto-run feature, so you can auto-run to and from quests, so you don't have to worry about learning the world all that much. You can also at any point take control of yourself while doing the moving, too. You don't have to just run to the entire quest. You can just say, no, I'm gonna go here. For whatever reason, I was running towards the water. I was curious about that. That is a res point if you die, so they do have res stones. I wonder how many games just use res stones like an actual stone. First time I ever saw that was in Dark Age of Camelot, which that was released 12 years ago now. Oh, I'm starting to feel a little bit old. And we have the standard quest indicators, the exclamation point and question mark, so it should be familiar to anyone that's played any MMOs in the past decade. Music is very kind of, it fits the style of the art. It's happy-go-lucky, kind of just fairy world, very cartoony. And I'm not saying that in a negative way. I actually thought some games that have this art style do look great. Ion is an example of that. It is a very stylized graphic style, and I thought that game looked amazing. There is a questing system in the game, which we're actually not going to get to look at today because it unlocks at level 12 or 15. You do level up fast, but you don't level up that fast. You also get stat points every time you level. You can either set it to automatically distribute for you, or you can turn it off and pick how you want. I'm going to actually turn off one level just to see. I'm going to glass can it up for one level and then turn it back on so I don't screw myself up. Figure the developers know the game better than I do. Although, there's one thing players know is players figure out things developers never think of. Just kind of exploring the interface right now while running to the next area. Movement speed so far seems pretty reasonable. There is a mount system in the game. You actually get your mount relatively early, or at least your first one. It's not like Warcraft was at release where you had to wait till 40 and travel times got to be a bit of a bear. I'm actually not a fan of games that hold off on mounts for a while. Now, the one weakness I would say of the auto track in this game is the fact that you will start auto attacking and there's not real much in the way of an audio cue that it's happening, so all of a sudden you just notice that two guys are dead. I would like maybe a little bit more sound to it, just so I kind of know that, hey, you're fighting. Maybe battle music, or at least some sort of audio cue for my spells. Let's see, you do get new skills intermittently. I got a skill point. So now I have a nice little ice spell. This one hits a little harder, which we're going to look at pretty soon. Just kind of looking around, too. Once we get a beach coming up over there. And there we go, 118. It's got a bit of a cooldown. It also uses more mana, but so far mana hasn't been an issue. I actually tried just farming for about 5 minutes straight, just killing as much non-stop, and it didn't seem to reduce my mana, really. That's probably, like most MMOs, going to be a consideration that's more important at higher levels. Think like a raid in WoW, where mana conservation or mana regen is actually a rather large step for a long, drawn-out fight. At least it was the last time I played, which was back in Burning Crusade. I'm gonna go talk to this conch shell. Look at, got pirate ships, got a big old ocean. If you're wondering about the quest dialogue, look at the bottom middle. You have to keep on clicking on that, so at one point I was wondering, why am I not advancing my quest? That's why. The debris is jumping around. Now you got intermittent rewards. checking out the in-game store. It doesn't look like you can buy power. You can buy gems, which you can put in empty slots. I'm not positive if they are better or worse than anything else you can get, but equipment, it looks like it's just clothing. It's not actual, like, high-level epic gear. So, depending on how these gems work out, the system seems really fair to me. It doesn't seem like you're buying power, so if you want to support the devs, you can just go ahead and buy some fluff or some convenience. It does have XP packs. Even that I really don't mind too much in most MMOs personally, because you're buying convenience, not power. It's something anyone can do. The games that I do have an issue with are the games that let you buy something that's just straight up better than anything else players in-game can earn. Now that I've finished my little rant about buying power, I'll just sit there and say, it looks like this game doesn't have that, and move on. Yeah, we are in the Fairy Town. This unlocks at level 12. Again, I'm just navigating the interface looking for any new options while playing through the scenario. Looks like we have a player market too, so not just the item store, you also have a player store. You're zoomed out so far that fairy is probably way behind me, but I can see him. You can see leveled up, still progressing my skills. So doing it automatically again, I'm not going to screw up my character. And here is the Forge. It's an upgrade system, which I actually don't have any resources for. I come over here and grab one of these. Crystal. You harvest crystals and giant mushrooms. Travel time still seems pretty reasonable. Haven't had to spend more than maybe a minute going to anywhere so far. That, and as much as sometimes auto-tracking feels like the game's playing itself for you, I do remember the days when I first started playing Camelot where I'd wander around areas for 5 minutes lost, going, where the heck is... I played Albion at the time, so where is Keltoy Dungeon? I'm lost in this forest and don't know where I'm going. Which led to players, they would just tab out of the game, look it up on a wiki page or some sort of fan site, what the location was, and then you'd /face look. So anyway, you'd either get lost, or you'd learn the area real well, or you'd look out of game anyway, so at least in-game you don't have to kind of leave the game. Got the ye oldie guy laughing at me. And it does not auto-equip. Oh, there it is. Bottom towards the right. It'll say if you have an upgrade in your inventory. You can just click on it, and there you go, you get equipped. I'm going to go ahead and try a slightly harder fight just to see, because so far everything's been easy. But first, that wolf I killed earlier, yeah, I tamed him. Now he's my mount. Moves at 30% faster movement speed. And you can attack while riding a mount too, so there is mounted combat. That is something that's nice. Other games have done modified mounted combat. I wonder if there's going to be a system where you can get knocked down, sort of like maybe Age of Conan. So about that harder fight I brought. So in this field we have a bunch of squirrels. If you look around carefully, you can see a mutant squirrel, which is bigger than everybody else. And he doesn't die in one shot to my ice spell. In fact, yeah, here we go. This is probably, I guess it would be the equivalent of an elite. You can see my XP bar. Let's see how much XP I get for killing him. Noticeable amount, but not tons. Like the game, check it out. It's available for free. Like the content, stay tuned for more from MMO Play. Thanks for watching.